Hi guys, it's me, Lisa, and we are back with another episode of the PrepTober series, episode number 3. I'm very excited for this episode because it's very fundamental to create a good story, and I'm really excited for you to learn everything about this week's topic together with me. So this week's topic is the story's what if. And I obviously want to dive into this topic with all of you. If you want the transcript of the episode, it will be in my blog, and the link to the blog will be down below in the description. So if you want to check it out, please do, and consider subscribing to the blog if you are interested in my posts and my videos, because that would mean the world to me, and it really does make a difference. Like, believe it or not, I really do care that much. I know that we have previously talked in other episodes about the types of writers that there are: plotters, punchers, and there are many others. But regardless of what type of writer you are, I'm personally more of a planner, but I'm not discovered yet my type of writing completely, just because I am not yet a novel writer. I've not written a novel yet, so I don't know what kind of writer I am to the fullest. But generally, I like to plan stories ahead. And this is a difference that is important, but in today's topic doesn't count. Because if you are a plotter, or if you don't like to plot at all, you like to go with your gut and not care at all about plotting, that will still require an idea, something that will spark the story's start, let's call it. So you will really need something to get your story started from, and that is the story's what if. So it's fundamental to get this ingredient right, because it's the ingredient from which every story starts. So it's very important for you to pay attention and learn how to do the perfect story's what if. So very briefly, what's the good what if's characteristic? It doesn't have to be too general, so it has to be specific to your character, your main character, obviously. It doesn't have to be too generic in terms of what it talks about. It doesn't have to tell the end of the story. It's not a blurb, it's a what if, and it explains the point of the story. So having mentioned the point of the story, it's important to understand what's the point of the story. What do we mean by point of the story? Well, your point is where your protagonist's inner struggle will lead your story, and the ultimate message you want to tell your listeners. Noticing I'm not very centered in the camera. Now I am. And this can transform a neutral what if into a very powerful one and a very powerful story. You have inherent unavoidable conflict implied in the internal conflict. So you have to have a good trigger for that inner conflict. That is your story's what if. So having understood these two concepts, we have to dive into what is a good stories what if checklist. We have some things that we have to take into consideration when writing a story's what if. 1, you have to make sure to have a point that you will bring your story to life. 2, make sure to make it specific to your character. 3, make sure to have a clear picture of your protagonist, because this is very important. If you're confused about who the protagonist is, what it does, what are his passions, this will make it very hard for you to be specific, because you will think about a general kind of type of character your protagonist will be like, but it's not what we are going for. We are going for specificity. We are going for your character. Not anyone else's, not a kind of similar character, your character. Then you have to envision your story and where your story is going to include in your what if, be concise. So you have to have a clear idea of where the story is heading, because you need that for a good what if. And you have to be clear and effective, and this will probably require some rewriting, but this is not a problem, right? Because the beauty of writing is that the first time it never comes out perfect, so you will have to rewrite anyway, so no preoccupation about that. I have decided to make an example of what a good what if is like out of Romeo and Juliet, and I tried to imagine what a what if would have been for them. I didn't make it too specific, but I tried to nail out a kind of specific what if that can be good to describe what the story would have been like at the very beginning. So, what if two young people desperately fell in love with each other without knowing that they belong to two rival families? Their young age will allow them to see beyond their social differences, falling for who they truly are. However, this great characteristic also leads them to underestimate the impact of their social condition in name of true love, leading their romance to a tragic end despite their best efforts. So, in this what if, we have the important points. Obviously, we are talking about Romeo and Juliet. We have that clear in mind. I've not put their names down, but just for the sake of quickness and not making it too long, but obviously we know we are talking about Romeo and Juliet, and we know where the story is heading. They're going to have conflict, they are going to face the conflict head up, but it's not going to turn out in a good way. We have not said that they're going to die, because that is not the point of the what if. We have said that the love is going to end, that's it, and that doesn't imply that they're going to die. That is something that we know and that we are going to discover by reading the book, but it's not said in the what if. Then you have to have a clear picture of your protagonist. So we have that. It's two young people that have a lot of faith and love and all of the good characteristic and bad characteristic in this case. The good and bad are pretty much the same in this one. So this is what they look like, and we have a point. What's the point of this story? Demonstrating that sometimes love is not enough. And yeah, this makes for a good tragedy. So you can see that this one is a what if that works. The only thing we could have included is the name of the protagonist, but for the sake of time, as I said, I did not include them, but we know it's Romeo and Juliet. Now, I will read you a what if of a story that I'm currently writing for my Nanowrimo project, which is my dissertation. I know, not very engaging, but I actually like the story very much, and I want you to judge if I did a good job with the what if or if it's not good. So I want to know if you think it's a nail or a fail. So let's dive into my what if, and you can tell me what you think about it. What if Saffron lost everything she'd ever known? Good friends, popularity, boys, the ability to talk or move, the ability to be smart, in a car accident that led her into the arms of anorexia and self-harm. One day, she meets a boy that suffers from her same illness, but he has not lost hope. He could help her to exit her miserable state if only she wanted, but her battle has just started. Autumn wants Saffron to help him to find his long-lost brother, a brother he remembers only through memory. She accepts, taking the opportunity to starve herself as she used to, as soon as she gets discharged. Her life plunges into a psychological abyss, but while helping Autumn, she takes a peek at a reason to keep leaving her own family. However, the reason is not strong enough, and before knowing it, she finds herself back in hospital, her life closer to death than it has ever been. I'm so excited about this story. I'm so excited and so emotional about the story. But yes, I want you to judge if this is a good what if. I tried to edit it multiple times and I think I made a good job, but I need your opinion because probably I'm very biased. So I want to know if you think it's a good what if. So now it's your turn, and you have to grab a notebook, your Nanowrimo notebook, hopefully, and a pen. I'm gonna share with you my limited For now, this is my Nanowrimo notebook. It's a really nice notebook that I got gifted for Christmas by a housemate last year. It's dotted, it's really nice, but the only problem is that I'm waiting for another one that is from Notebook Therapy that is coming, I don't know when, but it has a beautiful mushroom cover, and I think when I will have it, that will be my writing notebook if I can, because this one, I don't know why I don't feel this is the right one for my project. I'm more in a brown mood in this moment, as you can see from my shirt, so I need a brown cover to my notebook. Am I crazy? Probably. I'm so sorry. But as I was saying, grab your notebook, whatever you like. If you like purple, grab a purple one or the one you chose for Nanowrimo and start building your what if, diving deep into your story's purpose, origins, and master the craft achieving your writing dreams. If you like, you can leave your story's what if down below for me and other writers to comment on, and we can all achieve improvement together. I can't wait to talk to you all next week, and I really hope that if you liked the video and it was useful to you, you will subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all next week. Bye guys!